A little bit of a, I guess, friendly banter. I'm hoping it's friendly at least between these two. But regardless, we're in the winners match here for the DSCL Group B. The bottom left corner of the map, we got a green Darren player. It's uThermal.
The top right has the red Protoss. It's Space Marine.
So, this is a whole different can of worms. Because again, uThermal is this very unique snowflake. This unicorn of Terran players. Where he doesn't hate this matchup the same way he does TVZ. Everyone else who's struggling and frustrated and getting mad, it's always TVP. Not the other way around. But for uThermal, I think his TVP is actually something he's shown some confidence in. He tried to do some really wonky stuff versus Wellmove, of course, in the Yord Invitational, like that weird 2-racks and all that. But I'm feeling like in the winners match here, I'm feeling pretty good for him.
Yes, I agree. Don't really know. Do you know how Space Marine plays PvT?
No, because as I stated earlier, I've specifically spent the better part of a year avoiding him. And
Oh,
casting
right.
him. So
Well, okay,
thanks for the question, Tommy Grub.
Sorry. Well, I know then you went on like 2-minute, 3-minute rant about how how he's kind of BM. So I don't know, got confused. But all right, so we don't know if he's cheesy or not, and in fact, it's uThermal being a little cheesy is a hard word to say, but gimmicky.
It is, because on one hand, this is something that can quickly turn into an all-in. But on the other hand, too, for Terran players, it's harder to all-in and more easy to misplace the dedication, I guess, is the way to phrase it. Either way, the push that comes from this, if it is going to be a push, is usually one that hits quite early, and the Mothership core might be a little caught off guard by it. On the other hand, this might just be him playing defensive if he goes for like a really fast CC behind it. Either way, 2-racks production is kind of the bare minimum of what you need to stop something like, say, Oracles, whether they're proxied or not.
Where's this is gonna go? This is you don't usually see 2-racks versus TV or versus Protoss, but especially not 2-racks are just like back at home. Gonna have to bulk up his Marines, run out, hope a probe isn't just stuck in the middle of the map to see this, and do something.
So
cancel a Nexus?
I'm not lagging. We're not dropping frames.
I know.
My ping is absolutely standard, yet we're still getting network spikes in games. So guys, it's not bad, it's not unbearable. In fact, some of you probably don't notice this until I'm bringing it up, but I just want to stress for those that do notice it, and these sort of little quote-unquote lag spikes you're seeing, that's just unfortunately StarCraft 2, and that's not something we can fix on our end without restarting the game. So it's not bad. It's actually, this is like one of the least severe cases of it, but just letting you all know that if you see skipping, that's why.
So Space Marine thought something funky was up and didn't go for a really greedy Nexus. In fact, he even got a Zealot before going for a Nexus, and we usually would cancel that. But he didn't know quite what it was. On the other hand, uThermal scouted the main base, saw a double gas were taken, and felt a little paranoid. I don't know if 3 probes were in each gas, or he just thought maybe they would be later, but he was checking around everywhere for something with proxy. Didn't find anything. And these Marines are going to, well, they might have been able to take on a Stalker if he wasn't paying attention.
Yep. Unfortunately, the Mothership core is still hugging that Nexus, though, so even if she comes over this way, I mean, it's important not to lose her. She still can't overcharge, but she almost can.
I mean, I think we saw someone do this on, like, Gumiho did it on Overgrowth, right? The 2-racks or someone like that? Joshy? I don't remember. But you get like a bunker down, and you can get the Nexus killed, but there's no attempt at putting the bunker down. These Marines kind of feel lackluster. They get a Zealot. That's gonna be it. And it did delay his command center for a little while, but I guess it's not too terrible. It's finishing up in orbital right now.
Yeah, I guess one of the big things about seeing the command center is like you kind of gauge, okay, it's unlikely to be Oracle. That doesn't mean that it's not Oracle for sure. Oracles and Nexuses do go down hand to hand, but scanning to see that Forge is kind of cute. You don't really see Forges. Like this one Forge is kind of abnormal to scout.
But if you do scout a Robo on a Forge, that's like they're not all inning you. That's like the easiest way to tell. That's the easiest build they're going to give you for scouts. Where if it's just a Robo, they could have hidden something else somewhere, like a Dark Shrine. They're going to warp prison from that. So that was a really comforting scan, we'll call it, from uThermal. You know, so you won't have to put down any, you know, paranoid missile turrets. And he's just going to push out again with a Marauder leading the charge. He did get slow, so if the Stalker was out here, he'd be able to snipe the Stalker, no problem.
He was a little unfortunate too because that mothership core did like not die, so it's another overcharge available. Pushing up this ramp is very limited in effectiveness. Concussive shells do come out right away.
What's nice about Space Marine's composition here is that he can just force field off. He doesn't have to burn the overcharge like what you would usually want from the Protoss player as the Terran. uThermal's gonna break the back rocks because it's expedition lost.
Oh, there's no pylons over here. Space Marine probably won't even hear this.
He goes and checks. Yeah, because I guess that's your first instinct, like, where is the army? Where did they go? Or, no, he wasn't checking, it just coincidentally the observer went over there. Well, either way, he sees it. And there's not much he can do from the rocks breaking down, but honestly, like, that's not as big of a deal as it is, like, Zerg, you know? Like, Ling's gonna run up there, at some point in the game you're gonna be crying tears. With Terran, they're gonna have medevacs anyways. So, like, if you don't have anything over there, then you're screwed either way.
I kind of almost wish you'd just take it down like almost all the way and use it later. Have used it for possible escapes, but not gonna happen.
Well, with it down, Space Marine might just take that back third instead of the one to the left. It's not what we usually see from Protoss. Most Protosses are getting the one to the left, but still, maybe.
Well, mind games, Zombie Grub.
They were talking, you know, in different languages in the beginning of the game, and all I kept seeing was mind games. Mind games.
Yeah, man, it's so old at this point, but I always think back to that Day 9 Apollo thing. It's so silly. Their laughs are both so infectious, like, during that whole thing.
I don't remember that at all.
Really? Where they just sit there talking about mind games for, like, forever?
No.
Oh, yeah, it was like a WCS event, too, I'm pretty sure, like 2013 or something. I made, we made a spoof of that, actually. It was for a time one of our highest viewed videos on YouTube, and stupid Catalina, like, dethroned it. Same with the Sirens spoof we did, but I think the build we ended up doing for the Day 9 Apollo Mind Games was like, you build for an all-in, you make it look like an all-in. What you do is you hallucinate a bunch of probes instead, attack with the probes, they think you're all in, so then you put the real probes afterwards, mind games.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know. I can't believe you've never seen that clip. Like, they're just giggling and falling apart. They're like worse than us at 16 hours into that cast yesterday, or on beforehand.
Probably be funnier if I saw it. Yeah.
Zombie Grub, you need to see. I can't believe you've never seen that.
Sorry. Well, uThermal was taking a sweet time getting to the third command center. I was kind of wondering if he was going to stick on too. We did see yesterday another Terran stick on too, which is the oldest way to do an SV all-in, and honestly doesn't look very good anymore, so I'm glad to see that wasn't the case, but he did delay it in favor of more production, so he might have an opportunity in like 2 minutes to overwhelm. Is he only on 4 barracks? No, the was just in the back. Okay, that's right. It was hidden. But yeah, he might just have an opportunity to overwhelm with a lot of units. He's still producing medevacs as well, so that might be his goal, is to delay Vikings and just drop everywhere. We call him Maru Thermal. He called himself Maru Thermal, and that's what Maru does in this matchup.
Wait, why are we on subscriber only mode? What happened? I've not been reading chat at all today.
Let me see. What the? Oh, apparently the bets got messed up. Figured it out. Yeah.
Okay. Because I can see the bets didn't get paid out, and I know in the past, like previous instances, we've had the mods kind of freak out because someone will miss, like once a month it feels like we'll mispay one of the bets out, but okay. Well, so what's happening is I guess they're paying back people individually or something. I don't know. Good luck, mods. Have fun.
Yeah, good luck. Have fun. Well, the army is getting consolidated over here. He is starting to produce some Vikings.
It's very important. Sorry, we were kind of distracted as chat out someone. That never happens here in the channel, but 2 Windmines managed to take out the Warp Prism. Pretty big deal. Because that Warp Prism would have absolutely kept uThermal at home.
Yeah. He is going to use the back rocks. I didn't really expect this to happen.
I kind of think he's just going to storm through for victory. I mean, literally storms are not here. Almost so close to finishing. Depowers a lot of the gateways. There's 5 Templar with energy for Storm, so where are they?
All the left. Well, like I said, like I really don't think Terran abuses the back door like that. They just medevac drop, which maybe the Blaze Stalker should have been positioned for. But oh my god. Well, didn't expect that. But that's what happens, I guess. And the Templar, yeah, they were paying attention. That could have been really bad if Space Marine was paying attention with those. That is a lot of gas to lose. About putting on the storms.
Okay, well, this is the winner's match, folks. It's still game 1. I'm sorry I didn't actually have the scoreboard up to reflect that, but it is game 1 only in the winner's match.
Yes. +2 is about to finish, but no other upgrades. That's a little unusual. Usually we see at least the vehicle weapon upgrades for Vikings. It's not just also the +2 armor. He's also gone back into medevacs after starting Vikings, which is a little weird.
Ooh. Second attack set up for the third. He's going to fake this big attack in the main. Hell, he might even dedicate to this. He's got so many units over here. But at the same time, looks like uThermal is going to move into the third. That third base has nothing to defend it. So this army on the right, kind of a giveaway. Medevacs do boost out of there, and he just stutter steps, kills all the probes.
But the storms, they're in the middle of the natural in the third, and they did nothing. Now they're gonna pair up with the army, but they could have easily held that.
The storms, they do nothing. Okay, so the downside is uThermal gets that third base, which is great for him, bad for Space Marine. But he also doesn't have a lot of army left back at home as a consequence. He really dedicated to that attack on 2 different fronts, giving away what is perhaps too many units.
I think that he did. He got not even 1 Colossus, he just lost a lot of health, and the storms are about to back up here, but he has lost most of the fodder. The charges have gone down despite their really nice upgrades. Alright, so I guess Space Marine did overextend. I think if the storms were with him at the time of the attack, he did so much damage, but losing the fodder really hurt.
Well, Storm's gonna kill those Widowmines. Sadly, the Marauders can't quite chase down all the Templar. But look at the splits. Pretty damn good. Marauders are so great versus Stalkers too. You really don't need a high quantity of them if you do have some medevacs behind it, and he does. So a good turnaround from uThermal, but both players still on fairly low overall supply. Doesn't make this game any easier to deal with for anybody in particular. Again, it feels like Terran players, they go for that kill move, dedicate too much, and lose the game because of it more often than not. But cancel on the Nexus, gonna carry these Zealots around.
Oh, nice. It's like all of the Zealots.
The irony of this guy, by the way, sickest Widowmine hits, sickest Widowmine usage versus Protoss, never uses them versus Zerg. uThermal, please.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to steamroll to victory as he's out of Splash. There's no more Colossus, all the Storms were done with, and the Archons are easily targetable down when there's only 2 of them, and all the Zealots are already injured. A couple more Storms are about to be ready, so uThermal has to be careful, but I think he's done enough damage.
Viking in the sky, Marauder's going to focus down the Colossus. Widowmine's going to burrow too. It's like a basic, it's a mini EMP. It'll kill that Archon, I think. It's low enough on health, about half. Still rallying, by the way. No clump up of units for a big round 2. He is still just straight rallying across the map, and Space Marines down to 42 army supply versus the 97 of uThermal.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. If there were surprise storms littered around the map, like 7 or 8, he might have a chance here, but the storms are predictable. They're just with the army, and the charge lot number is not very high. It keeps running into these Widowmines.
Yeah, and I mean, he's down to 2 bases, more like 1.5 because of economy reasons, but Widowmine's getting a couple of shots off versus Storms. I think Widowmine's going to do a little bit more damage. Good game, well played, ladies and gentlemen. uThermal takes game number 1.